We are in the province of Ninh Bình in Vietnam, and today we are exploring the town of Tam Coc. A lot of the times entering into these tourist destinations is a little confusing because there's no one that really gives you directions. You park your bike, you purchase your ticket, and no one tells you where to go. So oftentimes you find yourself wandering aimlessly. And as you just saw, that sign says, "Please do not go this way." However, this is the way that you're supposed to go to enter the boat ride. Adding more to the confusion on which way to go and where you're supposed to line up to take one of these boat rides. And look, there's nobody here. I can only imagine how busy these queues are when there's a bunch of people here. We get to choose our routes for this boat ride. So there's 3 different options, and behind us are those options. All right, we're heading on to our boat. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Alright, so we have a friend that is going along the tour with us. And where are you from?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yes.
And your name is?
Zinzi.
Zinzi from the Netherlands is joining us on our tour.
Yes,
And
great.
so, what do you know about where we're at right now?
Well, I know this is called the Halong Bay on land because of the mountains, but the mountains here are different because they're more rocky and they're like green.
And how long have you been in Vietnam for?
I think like 13 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's like short, but I
No,
like it.
it's you know, it's such a big country and it varies quite a bit.
Yes.
It varies.
The route that we have chosen to take will take us through various caves and will also take us through Kong Island. Kong Island is where they filmed King Kong. This cave is very shallow. Might have to duck. And water is dripping from the ceiling, and these ceilings are made of solid limestone. This water is like glass. Oh, there's a pagoda.
So our first stop was this temple. Unfortunately, I did not come prepared, and I'm not going to walk into the temple because I have my shoulders exposed.
This place is very quiet. This place is very peaceful. It's nice being here alone and enjoying the peace and quiet to ourselves.
We got married in March, so technically this is our honeymoon.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. We are traveling through Hang Bang Vang Cave.
Kind of romantic, right?
I don't know if you noticed, but there's bats living in here. I saw a couple flying around. Pretty interesting. Oh, let's see if we don't take a bump. Oh no. You know what, Art? He's a good boater. This tunnel is approximately 200 meters. Going through those caves was very nice and quiet. through another cave, and this one is very shallow. We're having to duck because the cavernous rooftop. Yeah. Yeah, we made it. God, don't worry, I got the camera.
Okay.
I'm holding on to it. Yes, you have to duck. You already hit your head. Okay, I'm gonna lower this just a little bit.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. All right, now it's getting challenging. Look out. Our boat guide is doing a fantastic job. If you don't duck, you might not make it through this cave. And if you don't duck, there might be a serious accident. If there's an earthquake, I am going overboard. Okay, we can lean back up. Very shallow cave. I can only imagine the kind of accidents that can happen in that cave if you're horsing around or you are not paying attention to what you're doing. Always remember to listen to your boat guide. The best part about traveling is
meeting other people.
That's right.
Meeting other fellow travelers.
We say that in all our videos. I think we're going to start coining that phrase. When you're traveling on a body of water like this, the water is very still, therefore very smooth. Not choppy, very quiet. The boat barely causes any kind of a wake. And we have arrived at the Sui Tian Temple. We're not really sure what to expect. We're not one for taking pictures at temples because we have so many pictures of temples that we don't even know which temple we're at anymore when we look back at the photos.
Yeah.
I'm taking a walk around this pond to get a better view of what is actually happening here outside of this temple. And there's a lot of wildlife around here, as this is an area where there is no path. walking through some of these trees. And let's see what's going on over here, if anything.
They must feel like coconuts. Wow, they're heavy.
Outside where we are at right now, it is easily 95 degrees Fahrenheit and it is very muggy. And most of the camera shots that we've been taking, we have been sweating profusely. As you can tell, I am drenched with sweat. If you have a hard time being in this kind of a climate with very warm temperatures, it might be very challenging taking this boat ride. Yeah, I think our boat's on this side. Did you find anything interesting back there?
No, just the toilet.
Ah, that's the real throne. And we are on the move once again. Well, on this boat ride is how surreal everything appears. We're not sure if videos or photos are doing this place justice because these mountaintops are massive and they are filled with layer upon layer of granite and limestone, and in some cases, marble. We are underneath a different cave and, oh gosh, getting wet. Feels like we're in Pirates of the Caribbean. We have the duck low, but this one isn't as shallow as the other one that we went through. And we see daylight.
Come to this temple? Yeah.
That's Skull Island right there. And we are arriving at King Kong Skull Island.
Take your jackets off. Yes. Bị em này mình ở over here.
Làm đi qua đây quán kia mới cô mới đảo tôi. Dạ.
Kong Skull Island. The music that's playing in the background is very mesmerizing. There are various incarnations of the King Kong movie. One from 1933. There was a King Kong that was released in 1976. And also a King Kong that was released in 2005. And also a King Kong Skull Island that was released in 2017. Let's take a look and see if we can find any remnants of those movies. There are lots of steps that lead up to King Kong Skull Island. And we are walking up them right now. So far on this short adventure, we haven't really seen any skulls, but we have seen some beautiful scenery. And it looks like we're coming upon some kind of movie set. There's an eerie kind of thunder that's happening right now off in the distance. Very surreal. And the wind has begun to pick up. It's quite appropriate for King Kong Skull Island. Are we going to another grass hut? Oh, wow. Behind us is a grass hut that was used on one of the movie sets of King Kong, and it's pretty much a grass hut. Let's take a look inside and see what this grass hut consists of. I'm standing inside one of these grass huts that were used in the movie King Kong. When I was a kid, I always wondered what one of these huts would be like to be inside. I'm not sure if I can live in one of these, but if I was stuck here, I definitely wouldn't mind staying under one of these. It beats being out in the open and having to build one of these by yourselves. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to visit one of these grass huts. I haven't seen any skulls yet, nor have I seen King Kong. But these grass huts in itself are pretty awesome. There are locals that are dressed up in all the get-up that you see in the movies. And once again, it's very surreal being here. This wraps up our trip to King Kong Skull Island. And now we are on the move once again. It looks like we are on the home stretch of our time on this boat ride. We've been on the boat ride for possibly 2 hours. It's been an enjoyable experience so far. We've got to visit Kong Skull Island and several different caves, and have also got to experience some time with a bunch of other visitors to this beautiful area. One thing we want to mention is when you're going on a tour of this length of time, just make sure you take care of your boat driver or your boat rider or your co-operator of your tour, because he spent 3 hours out here with us. And what I mean by take care of is tip them. You want to make sure you tip your fellow tour guides, even if there is a language barrier. These folks work hard, and he spent a portion of his day with us, and he's been fantastic. He's looked out for us, he's taking care of us.
Yeah, and by doing this, he's taking care of the environment instead of like all these other boats.
Exactly, he's rowing. He's rowing the boat for us. He's not using a motorboat.
Yes.
It's been a great experience, and we do recommend coming here.
Absolutely.
Lots of places to take pictures. The ponds have a mirror image of the sky. The smell here is very similar to perfume. That's the only way to describe it. Cave. Let's go check it out. We are inside Mermaid Cave, and this cave has water that seeps through the cracks. There's water that surrounds the bottom of the cave, and there is a boardwalk that is made out of bamboo, so that way we can walk across. It's very quiet down here, peaceful, and there's nobody else down here besides us. daylight comes through. Getting through this cave isn't very easy because you have to bend and stoop. And it's also solid rock. Careful, it's slippery down here. Well, this is definitely not Disneyland, that's for sure. All these beautiful lights and beautiful waters. Oh, there's some Buddhas up here. Alright, this is where it gets tricky. Careful, it's kind of wet down here too. Ow! That thing knocked me on my shoulder, watch out.
There was a little old man already.
Woo! Holy crap. That thing is like a football player. Okay, there's all kinds of water dripping over here. Look at all the water dripping off of this thing. It's like the Goonies. Okay, I don't know if we go through this part or we can go over. Okay, I'm too fat to go underneath that area.
You should stay on the path.
Well, I think this is the path. Being down here in these caves is very similar to what you'd expect by watching the movie The Goonies. Reminds me of The Goonies. I'm expecting to take a water slide any moment now.
Maybe there's some treasure down here.
And my name is Mikey. I don't have my inhaler with me.
Oh, but I do.
All right, let's go underneath. Wow, this one you have to go really deep under. I don't even know if I can stoop this low. Oh. Ah. Wow. Of course they did. Oh, here he goes. Woo! Looks like here's one of the areas, but I don't know if this other area goes underneath. Oh, so we have to go around.
There you go. Every once in a while you find a hidden gem.
Ugh. Careful. Watch your head, for sure. Oh my god, how long is this freaking tunnel? Wow. We are definitely bending down. I think maybe a little kid could fit there. Did you hit your head? Wow. No, this thing goes way back here too. Careful. I think this is mud or... Yeah, this tunnel is very shallow. Once again, not recommended. I'm having a hard time getting through here. There's dripping water everywhere. I think we should take a picture right here. Like if you touch the top of the roof. If you're looking at the rooftop right here, there is water droplets. Oh, shoot.
I think we should go.
This place is also haunted.
All right, let's go.
Hold on. Okay, continuing on. Watch your head again. Oh, God. This is limestone. Did you drop the map? Mm-mm. Whose map is that?
That's not mine.
Okay.
I was looking bottom.
things are freaking narrow. I have not even ducked this low for the coochie tunnels. Oh shit, I just fell. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. Had a little accident there. It's very slick. Ow! Dude, this is like brutal. I know I am. I know I am. Not recommended, once again, for us 45-year-olds. Oh, gosh. I have not ducked this low in my life. The coochie tunnels were very narrow. I'm not gonna lie though, the coochie tunnels were a little more scarier as far as having a duck, and there was no way out on the right or left. Here I feel like I can at least bail out into the water if there's an earthquake or something. Whew, water dripping everywhere. This is brutal. It is muggy down here. It is slippery. This walkway, this bamboo walkway is mildewy. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This was not easy.
You want to go first?
We just completed our journey through the mermaid tunnels, and this was brutal. I have not ducked and stooped for so long in such a long time. As far as length, this tunnel is 500 meters. Down here it is very muggy, it is very wet, it is very slippery. I'm heading back up. This tunnel is not recommended for everybody, that's for sure. But you only live once, and I'm glad we did it. These stairs are super steep. We've made it to daylight. Mermaid Cave. Going to Mermaid Cave was brutal. One thing I failed to mention is that Mermaid Cave is riddled with mosquitoes. I haven't been bitten by mosquitoes for a few weeks. They went for blood down there in Mermaid Cave. It is now twilight, and the colors that are starting to arrive in these northern Vietnamese skies are breathtaking. Very similar to paintings. And now I see where they get their colors from that they use in those wonderful paintings. Decided to show up in the frame.
I was admiring all the breathtaking views.